Hi, I'm registered dietitian and chef Abby Gelman, and today we're making another fan favorite from the Teaching Kitchen at SBH. We're making a vegan version of Sancocho, which is a super hearty, delicious soup, often with a lot of carbohydrate-rich veggies like cassava and green plantains. We've also added butternut squash today, and mushrooms, and I've got a bunch of other things happening that I'll talk through, but normally there is meat in Sancocho, but we are doing a meatless version. Delicious. So first I have a big pot on the stove. I have turned it on because we want to heat up our pot first and then add our oil. So it feels very warm. I'm going to add in some oil and let that heat up. It's already spitting, which is beautiful. So I'm gonna turn my heat down a little bit, and then I'm gonna add in some veggies to start. So I have some onion here. You can hear that sizzle, and someone told me once that when your veggies go in and they sizzle, that's your applause, meaning you did it right. Super fun, right? And some celery. I have some dried oregano. I'm gonna mix these a little bit here. And we're gonna add in some garlic, a lot of garlic happening. Saute that quickly, and now I have red lentils. So these are going to add a ton of plant-based protein to our Sancocho. And also, as you'll see as we go through the recipe, that it's gonna add thickness. It's going to actually make our stew thicker and add some texture and body in addition to that delicious plant-based protein. In goes our red lentils. We're gonna mix this all together. Now, I have 4 cups of vegetable stock. That's gonna go in, like so. And I'm gonna bring it to a boil. So the next step essentially is we're going to bring our lentils and all the other veggies and vegetable broth in there to a boil. Then we're gonna put a cover on it, lower it to a simmer, and then cook it for about 20 minutes. We wanna cook those lentils through. And then once that's done, we'll move on to the next part of our Sancocho. So we'll see you back in a minute. All right, let's check and see if our red lentils are cooked. Oh, yes, they are. So you can see that it's completely thickened up here. So the next step is to use our handy dandy immersion blender. If you don't have one of these, you can do it in a blender, or you can actually skip this step entirely if you really want, because you can see it has cooked down pretty thick. But I'm going to use my immersion blender and try to really puree it all together. Okay, so you can see that it's really become a more creamy mixture of that red lentil and the veggies and the vegetable stock. So I'm just gonna separate this and put it over here. Now I have it on medium-ish heat, and we're gonna add the rest of our items. So the first thing here was I took dried porcini mushrooms. You can use any kind of dried mushrooms you want. I rehydrated them with boiling water. So now they've rehydrated, they've absorbed all that liquid, and that's gonna go in. And these mushrooms add that nice umami flavor, add a nice meaty richness to our Sancocho. This is our green plantain, and we've cut everything into bite-sized pieces. This is cassava or yucca, if you've never seen that. That is going in as well. And our butternut squash. And we do have some corn here, and that's a bay leaf, so all of this is going in as well. And salt and pepper. And now we need to add some more liquid, because if you look in the pot here, you can see there's a lot of stuff, but we do need more liquid now. So what I've done here is I took that water that we used to rehydrate the mushrooms, put it in our large measuring cup here, and then just fill the rest of it up with water to 4 cups. So you can do that, you can use just plain water, you can add more vegetable stock. Totally up to you. I like to just add that mushroom goodness. So now I'm adding all of that in, and I'm gonna carefully mix it all together. Mix everything up. Then we do have to cook the rest of these hearty veggies that we just added. All these root veggies need to get cooked. So what I am going to do now is turn that up. We're gonna bring this to a boil, put the cover on it, and then lower it to a simmer and cook it for about 30 to 40 minutes until the squash and the cassava and that green plantain have entirely cooked through. You can check it periodically, give it a stir. All of that will help as well. But we will see you back here in about 40 minutes when it's fully cooked. All right, our Sancocho is done. Let's take a look here. It looks beautiful. I put this half of the lime in here to get even more flavor out of it, because I'm gonna bring this over here and I have the juice of a lime that's going in. So if you add citrus like lime juice, it's really gonna brighten up your dish. So we add that in there, and then have a bunch of cilantro, which is also super, super delicious. So we're gonna mix that all in there too. And then you have this beautiful, it's a little hot, so I'll use that, but you have this gorgeous, gorgeous Sancocho, which I will spoon out into a bowl, so you definitely keep an eye out for that in the pictures. But there you go. So once again, you can go to sbhteachingkitchen.org and you can see more recipes and videos, learn more about us and how you can come cook with us in person. I am registered dietitian and chef Abby Gelman. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.